Welcome back, Power Tool fans. This week, we've got hybrid impacts, hurricane blasting blowers,
a massive track saw, an army of staplers go to war,
and we're about to change your definition of tool deals. Are you ready?
Yes!
This is your Power Tool Week in Review.
Today's episode is brought to you by Flex, it's what's next, and SPYDER, pro-powered tools.
Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Sarah, and that's Rob, and he's right. Today we're going to share our favorite Power Tool news and videos, but when we're done, we're going to launch our new Platinum tool deals that you'll only find here at Belts and Boxes. But first, we're going to head over to ProjectFarm, where Todd has more staplers than Office Max, but probably fewer than staples. I don't know, just a guess. This week he decided to test staplers from Milwaukee, Ryobi, DeWalt, Makita, Arrow, Stanley, and about 4 others that I didn't recognize. To determine who does the best job stapling staples, he tested their speed, resistance to jams, and stapled a bunch of staples into some spruce, oak, and composite decking. If you're one of those people still using a manual stapler like a peon, Todd can tell you exactly which power staple you'll be happiest with. To find out which one wins, head over to ProjectFarm.
The snark is strong in this one this week.
Try to keep up, old man.
Next, we're going to head over to TorqueTestChannel, where TorqueTest and Channel have been taking a break from testing the torque on high torque tools to instead test the turbulent turbo blowers from our favorite tool brands.
Nice.
TTC recently tested the blowers from Milwaukee, specifically their Gen 2 M18 and their Gen 3 M36. Come at me, Milwaukee, I know the truth. But of course, you can't test the very best from Milwaukee without the DeWalt fans feeling left out. So seeing as the TTC team are dedicated to giving the people what they want, they purchased the flagship models from DeWalt and Ryobi to see how they stacked up. And spoiler alert, one of them blows them away.
Ugh.
While a new king is crowned in this video, TTC points out that there are still a few flagships left to test, including my beloved 765 CFM Ego. So be sure to subscribe to TorqueTestChannel while you're there so you don't miss it.
Dave over at ManCaverTools recently turned an innocent DeWalt impact into a freak by replacing its hex collet with a hybrid hex and half-inch anvil. And this week he compared it to the OG freak from Bosch. To be clear, that's the Bosch 1800, which has since been updated to the 1860. Plus, you can still pick one up for about a third of the price of the DeWalt DCF 850, so the fight was never really fair in the first place. But I was shocked!
Well, not that shocked.
By how well the old Bosch does, and left me wondering how the 1860 would compare to Dave's handmade abomination. If you've been thinking about getting a Bosch freak or following in Dave's footsteps and making your own, head over to ManCaverTools.
Last week, Sarah and I were in Louisville, Kentucky for the Equip Expo, and we stopped in the Ryobi booth so I could finally try out the Professor X lawnmowers. And yet somehow we completely missed their all-new 30-inch push mower. Fortunately, Mark Thomas wasn't as easily distracted. This is the all-new Ryobi 80-volt HP 30-inch push mower, and I mean, look at that boy. That's a thick boy. It runs on a single Ryobi 80-volt suitcase battery pack found in their new Zero Turns. All that power drives a pair of cross-cut blades for mulching, covering a true 30-inch span. But despite its enormous size, thanks to Ryobi's Whisper series technology, this is Ryobi's quietest mower yet. Up on the handle, it has a battery meter, a time-based blade-changing meter as well, and of course, a push mower this big is mercifully self-propelled. They say the single 10 amp hour battery will keep it running for 1 hour and only takes 1 hour to recharge. So you could theoretically mow non-stop with 2 batteries, assuming you purchase an extra one for $900.
Sorry.
Oh, no, that is the appropriate response to a battery that expensive. And we still don't know how much the mower will cost. I'm pretty bummed we missed this thing because it's huge, powerful, and another hint at just how far Ryobi plans to go with their HP Value Pro series. For a detailed look at what's next, head over to MarkThomasBuilder.
Last year, Flex announced their new stacked lithium batteries utilizing lithium pouch cell technology, promising smaller, denser, but more powerful solutions. And this week, Taylor decided to compare the new batteries to their pedestrian cylindrical brothers. The contenders today include the standard Flex 6 amp hour lithium-ion battery and the new Flex 3.5 amp hour stacked lithium. To compare them, he set up a series of tests that included driving deck screws, 6-inch spacks, lag screws, and drilling some pretty big holes using some spattle bits and self-feed bits, each time using the exact same tool and bit and only changing out the batteries. And the results were really interesting. While the new stacked lithium batteries beat the 6 amp hour standard in just about every test using an impact driver, it actually lost in every drill test he ran. And while that sounds odd, Taylor thinks he knows why. To find out what it is and to see the full test, head over to TinkerWithTools.
Now our buddy Tools is still somewhere in New Zealand, determined to acquire and test everything Makita makes, and this week he finally completed a very important set. That is the Makita 40V XGT 235mm or 9¼ inch for us Yanks track compatible circular saw, which was the only saw missing from his collection. It now joins his 125mm, 165, 185, and the enormous 270mm saws, which begs the question, how on earth do Makita fans even survive with only 5 different size cordless circular saws on the same battery platform? I just don't get it. But this new 235mm saw definitely fills in the gap between the 185 and 270, but do you really need it? When tested against the larger 270, the 235 wasn't as fast and naturally has a lower depth of cut. So is there really room for the saw in the lineup? Tools puts all of these saws to the test and explains exactly why this new one exists. For the full story, head over to Tools and Stuff.
All right, before we get to our platinum tool deal, a quick update on our production crew. Now, every month we randomly choose one of our channel members and let them choose a shelf with over $2,000 worth of power tools for their prize. This month we're adding an all-new shelf full of Milwaukee M12 tools and several pack-out pieces as well. Normally we call our winner live on the last Saturday of the month. But this month, we're going to be traveling for 2 Saturdays in a row. So instead, we'll be going live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on November 7th to call our next winner. If you'd like to be a channel member, simply look for the join button after you hit subscribe. Now, there are a lot of other benefits to being a member, and this week, we add a big one.
It's true. So today we're revealing our first weekly Platinum Tool Deal. Working with our friends over at OhioPowerTool.com, we're putting together deals you simply can't get anywhere else except every Friday right here on Belts and Boxes. Now each deal will be in the form of a coupon code and will have only 25 uses. So in other words, after 25 people claim the deal, it'll be gone.
So if you want to get in on that action, be sure to join us here every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the video premiere. Now, I mentioned that there would be a new perk for our production crew channel members. Well, each week, 5 minutes before the premiere starts, we'll be making a members-only post on our community tab here on YouTube, where we will tell you what the tool deal will be.
Yeah, not the code, just the deal details. That way you can head to OhioPowerTool.com and pre-fill your cart to give you a better chance at being one of the 25 who get it. We just did that today, actually.
All right, it's time to get to our first platinum tool deal.
This week's deal is $40 off a $100 purchase of any in-stock Milwaukee tools or accessories. So you can save up to 40% on your favorite Milwaukee tool. Simply put at least $100 worth of Milwaukee products in your cart and use this code to claim your deal.
Now remember, this code will only work 25 times and then it's done. So act fast and good luck.
I want to thank the amazing team of professionals over at Ohio Power Tool for putting together our platinum deals each week.
And I want to thank Flex and SPYDER for sponsoring this episode. Guys, we could not do this without you.
All right, guys, if you can, show some kindness to a stranger this weekend, and we'll see you next week.